Okay, so Chapter 7 Study Guide. So express 62.5% as a fraction in simplest form. First, I want to change that to a mixed number. So it would be denominator times the whole number plus the numerator. So it would be 125 over 2. And then we would divide that by 100, or simply multiply that times its reciprocal of 1 over 100. That gives me 125 divided by 200. And that would simplify down to 5/8. So 5/8. 9 25ths. We need to express that as a fraction. So I can take 9 divided by 25, and I get 0.36 times 100 is going to give me 36%. Okay? And then 4 divided by 500 is going to give me 0.008, times that by 100, and I get 0.8%. Okay? Number 4. So 4 and 5, we are express each decimal as a percent. So to express that as a percent, I just simply have to multiply it times 100. And 0.08 times 100 is going to give me 8%. 3.42 times 100 is going to give me 342%. Okay? All right, express 4.75% as a decimal. All I have to do is take the 4.75%, take the percent sign away, divide it by 100, and that's going to give me 0.0475. 0.0475. Put them in order. So I could say 13 20ths. I could make that a percent. So 13 over 20. That would be 13 divided by 20 equals 0.65 times 100. So this is 0.65 times 100 equals 65%. Then we have 5%. Then we have 0.7 times 100 equals 70%. And then 3 out of 4 would be a fraction of 3/4, which is 0.75 times 100 equals 75%. So I want to go from least to greatest. So that's going to be 5%. Then my next lowest one would be 65%. So that's 13 over 20. Then my next one is going to be 0.7 for 70%. And then my last one would be 3 out of 4 for 75%. Okay? All right. So the next one I have to use percent proportion. And that's where you do part over whole equals percent over 100. So what number is 28% of 425? That would be A over 425 times 28 over 100. So then we cross multiply, and 425 times 28 is 11,900, and that is going to equal 100A. So we divide both sides by 100, and A equals 119. Okay? 9 says, of 80 fathers surveyed, 33 of them said they'd like their lawns mowed for Father's Day. What percent of the fathers would like their lawns mowed? Okay, we would do this the same way. Part over the whole equals the percent over 100. After we cross multiply, we're going to get 3,300 equals 80p. Divide both sides by 80. Oops, I put 88. I meant 80. And P equals 41 ooh, that's ugly. 41.25. So it'd be 41.25%. Okay? Number 10. Now, number 10, we could still do it in the percent proportion, or we could do it as an equation. So 38.5 is what of 20? So I could say 38.5 is equals what percent of is times 20. So then I just have to divide both sides by 20, and that's going to give me P equals, so 38.5 divided by 20 is going to give me 1.925, and then all I simply have to do is multiply that times 100, and that's going to give me 192.5%. Okay? All right. Number 11. Again, I can do it the same way. Let's see. 117 is 36%, but we have to write that in a decimal, so 0.36 of what number? Okay? We'll just go with a W. So in this case, we would divide by 0.36, divide by 0.36, and I would get I would get 325 equals W. So 325. All right. Find the percent of change from 700 to 784. State whether the change is an increase or decrease. So it's the final minus the original divided by the original. So 784 minus 700 divided by 700 is going to give me 0.12. And then I would times that by 100, and I get 12%, and it's an increase. Okay? Then during the summer, Javier swims 80 laps each weekday. During the school year, he swims 60 laps each weekday. What is the percent of change from summer to school? Okay? So from summer to school. Summer's the original. So the final minus the original divided by the original. And when I divide that out, I'm going to get a negative 0.25. So that's going to be 25% decrease. Okay? All right. Number 14, a DVD player is on sale, 15% discount. If it is normally sells for $89.99 or $89.99, what is the sale price? So I can go 189.99 times 0.15, and that's going to give me 28.4985. So I'd round that up to $28.50. And then I would take $189.99, subtract the discount of $28.50, and that's going to give me 161.49, or $161.49. Okay? That's one way I could do it. I could also take 100% minus the 15%. That's going to give me 85%. And I could simply just take 189.99 times 0.85, and I would get the same answer. Okay? Now, George borrows $800 at an interstate rate or interest rate of 9% per year for 3 years. How much simple interest will he have to pay? Well, remember that's interest equals principal times rate times time, PRT. So interest equals 800 is my principal times my interest rate, which has to be in a decimal, so 0.09 times my t in years, so times 3. And when I multiply those 3 together, I get $216. So the interest I would have to pay, or he would have to pay, is $216. Okay? Now, this last one says find the total amount in the account to the nearest cent after 2 years if the interest is compound twice a year on an investment of $3,500 at 2.25%. So let's set it up. I equals 3,500 is my principal times my rate, 0.025 times. Now, normally when we did compound annually, we did 1 because it was annually. This is twice a year. So twice a year would be a half a year or would be 0.5. Okay? So 0.5. And when I multiply those 3 together, I get interest of $43.75. I'm going to add that to my original of $3,500, and I'm going to get $3,543.75. Now that's one time. We have 2 years and 2 times a year. So you're going to have to do this a total of 4 times. So let me finish this real quick. Okay, so 3,500 times 0.0225 times 0.5 would give me $39.38, plus the $35 would give me $3,539.38. Then that would become my new amount, and that would be times 0.0225 times 0.5 would give me $39.81. Add that back to the $3,539.38 would give me $3,579.19. So that's the first year's done. So that becomes my new amount. So I have the new amount times the same percent, 0.5. I get $40.27. Add it back. That gives me $3,619.46. That becomes my new amount. Do it all over again, and the final amount is $3,660.18. Okay? If you got any questions, let me know. Otherwise, study for the test.